Representing Mitsubishi Chemical Advanced Materials, Jalen Ortiz. Representing Burlak Construction, Joe Doherty. Empire Home Center, Harold Leiter. Jameson. Olivia. Adriana. Kevin. Representing tonight's fireworks sponsor, the CEO of American Crane Equipment Corporation of Douglasville, Karen Norman. And as part of 24th Annual Harbor Night, representing Classic Hard Davidson, we have Ben Code. Penelope Code.
Welcome to Baseball Town, Reading Fightin Phils fans, the home to the AA Phillies as they take on the AA Red Sox. The Portland Sea Dogs here for game number 5 of 6. And the series is split 2-2 with Portland taking a big 6-3 win yesterday, putting up a 4 spot in the top of the 9th inning. Both teams did record 9 hits, but the Fightin Phils made 2 errors in the field. That ended up kind of being the kiss of death late in the game. They took a lead 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning on Jalen Ortiz's RBI double, but then the Sea Dogs popped off in the top of the 9th, putting up 4 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, and an error by the Fightin Phils, and they took the win 6-3 over Reading, tying the series up at 2 apiece. And now Reading 5 games back from the first place Portland Sea Dogs, so these next 2 games are crucial. And they sit 4 back in the standings. It's going to be a tight playoff race at the end here for the Northeast Division of the Eastern League.
And this series so far has really been neck and neck. Both teams having a win where they really showed their offensive strength towards the end of the game. Reading in the 8th inning scoring 6 runs for a win, and then Portland last night scoring a lot in the top of the 9th to really seal their second win of this series. But I'm looking forward to seeing if these next 2 games are anything like that, and especially with the amount of youth we have on the mound tonight on both sides of this field. It's certainly going to be a great matchup.
Excited to see how it goes as we have righty Mick Abel, the first-round pick back in 2020, making his debut here in AA. He'll face off against another guy making a AA debut, Shane Drowan, the 5th-round pick in 2020. So both of these guys fairly new to professional baseball here, just having 1 prior season with affiliated ball, and now here making their AA debuts on the same night in front of a packed house here in Reading. It's Harley night at the ballpark, the 24th annual, and this is probably the biggest crowd that these 2 guys have played in front of in their entire careers. Now, Drowan went to college, Florida State University, and Mick Abel was a big prospect in Oregon, selected as the Gatorade Player of the Year twice. So I'm sure they've known pressure, they have known publicity, and being top prospects in both organizations. I'm sure they've seen and heard it all, but today in front of a big crowd in Baseball Town, they'll both make their debuts as each team fighting for a series victory, or at least a series split with the win tonight. Reading looking to make up some ground late in the season with the playoff spot. They sit 21-22 in the second half. Portland 26-17. And so it's a big game on either side tonight, and we couldn't have gotten a better day here in Reading.
We've had great weather all this week, really, and this has been, one of those more hot, humid, sunny days, but there has been a breeze all day today. We see that flag out in center field being pushed away from the ballpark. All of the mini flags around the park, very active. So it's a beautiful, perfect night for baseball, and so happy that we have all of these fans out here with us to enjoy this, not only this beautiful weather, but a great game as well.
87 degrees here in Reading, 10 miles an hour, the wind pushing out, as Alexis said. We'll see how that impacts the game here in already what is known as a hitter's ballpark, especially as the sun begins to set a little bit early these days. We'll play about half the game under the lights here in Baseball Town as it sets right around 8 o'clock nowadays. And the flag being taken out to center field as Reading gets ready to run out. They'll wear their Harley Night themed jerseys today, a black top with an American flag stripe across the front and American flag lettering on the back, the home white pants, and they'll match with the throwback black R-Train black caps to work with, and Portland is keeping with their road grays after back-to-back wins over the Fightin Phils. So that's something you can do on the road there. Stick with the jersey that works, and they'll have the navy and red brimmed cap with the Portland P logo on the front. It'll be an interesting day here in minor league baseball as you get ready to rock and roll. The home plate umpire tonight, Jude Corey. Kelvis Velez, the crew chief, shifting down the third base side, and Sean Cassidy back on the first base side. So they rotate clockwise through the entire series. Everybody getting two games back behind the plate. Lefty Shane Drowan for the Portland Sea Dogs, and righty Mick Abel exits the dugout, walks out to the mound, and we will take a break, sending it down to the field for the singing of the National Anthem, and then we'll be back here for first pitch in Baseball Town in a couple of minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. We invite all active military and all veterans to please salute the flag. At each home game, groups are invited onto the field as the Great American Flag Group, thanks to Savage Auto Group. Tonight, Savage Auto Group Giant American Flag Group is Pine Forge Athletic Association. And now, representing tonight's sponsor, Classic Harley-Davidson, please welcome Andrew Angstadt, who will perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, as part of Classic Harley,
Ready to play ball here in Baseball Town after a beautiful singing of the National Anthem by Alex Angstadt. Here is a part of Harley-Davidson Night, the 24th annual Harley-Davidson Night, where the proceeds from the jersey auction go to muscular dystrophy awareness. Such a good cause here, as they've done for the past 20 or so years. They had a pregame ride around the warning track. There had to be at least 50 motorcycles out there that did that lap.
Oh, absolutely. They just I was down checking out all the bikes and helping our mascots, fanoodle their way into the ballpark. It is a little tight down there under the pool where everybody came out from. But yeah, they just kept coming and coming. But it was great to see, the big picture when you turned around and looked around the warning track, how many bikes there were, from all of these different groups of people that came together for our Harley night. It was really a sight to see. And they were all very unique too. I saw a couple of splashes of yellow, some red, some rainbow. It was really cool to see all the different combinations and styles out there.
Yeah, some people with a three-wheel bike, some people with a little sidecar, and of course our mascots out there as the crazy hot dog vendor and the change up the turtle ride off the field. Mick Abel getting his warm-up pitches in tonight. He'll be throwing to Herbert Iser back behind the plate, Carlos De La Cruz in left, Johan Rojas in center, and Jalen Ortiz down in right field. Wendell Rijo over at the hot corner today. Madison Stokes takes over at shortstop. Kevin Vicuña back at second base, and Aldrum Corridor is over at first. That's your defensive positioning for the Fightin Phils. And leading things off, as he has been the entire series, David Hamilton for the Portland Sea Dogs. Wilyer Abreu back in the starting lineup, batting second. Cedon Rafaela in the three-hole, and Christian Koss cleaning things up. Stephen Scott is batting 5th. Nico Cavadas in his 3rd game here in Double-A batting 6th. And then Alex Pinellas, Izzy Wilson, and Eli Marrero round out the 7 through 9 as Mick Abel gets his final warm-up pitches. His song starts playing, Gimme, Gimme, Gimme by ABBA.
I was just going to ask you, is this the song he requested for his warm-up?
He said he's been going with it all season long in Jersey Shore, and it's been working out really well for him. So you might as well keep it rolling as the righty is ready to go, waiting for the lefty David Hamilton to step in the box. Here is the first pitch of Mick Abel's Double-A debut outside ball 1 at 6:49 p.m. here in Baseball Town in front of a huge crowd. Abel having a really solid season. Hits the outside corner. There's a strike. 96 with the fastball. And we'll see how that velocity continues out the stretch. I'm sure he's got a lot of energy flowing through his veins right now. The 1-1 chased by Hamilton, 1-2. Abel officially being added to the roster today, but word had it that he was being called up as early as last week. Here's the 1-2. This is a fly ball deep to right. Ortiz back at the warning track. He's going to camp under it and make the catch, and there is Mick Abel's first out here in Double-A to the first batter that he sees.
Hey, you just got to get over that hump. He did really well with that first batter. Got lots of high velocity, controlled the zone, induced a fly out. So, get over the hump. First one's out of the way. Now you settle in here. Just play your game.
Here's the lefty, Wilyer Abreu, as he steps in. Abel 7-8 in Jersey Shore, spending the entire season so far in High A as he gets a called strike inside. 98 he brings the fastball up to. A 4.01 ERA and 85 and a 3rd innings pitch, so on pace to get over 100 frames. As the 0-1 looks to hit the outside part of the plate, they don't get the call. 1-1.
It's actually tied for 3rd with 103 strikeouts across all of the Phillies minor league affiliates.
Which is pretty impressive as he gets a big swinging hack out of Wilyer Abreu, 1-2. Just celebrated his 21st birthday on Thursday. One of the younger players here in the Double-A system. Youngest on the roster right now as he gets his first strikeout. Inside corner, caught looking to Wilyer Abreu. Heads back to the dugout without number 2.
And 95 on that, too. Even with the breaking balls, he's really keeping his high velocity, and that one fell right into the zone. Abreu was fooled, and first strikeout of Double-A.
Here's Cedon Rafaela on the right side with 2 outs under his belt. He is moving very quickly here, gets a swing and a miss. 0-1. He's only thrown 2 balls so far, and they have not missed by much. They haven't been very far off the plate. Here's the 0-1, popped back foul. It smacks off the roof and down into the stands. The fan makes a really good catch there. And, speaking of balls, he's only walked 38 batters compared to those 103 strikeouts, so very solid. The 0-2, Rafaela takes some high heat, chases a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, back-to-back Ks, sits down the side in order for Mick Abel, a 1-2-3 frame on 11 pitches, and he gets out of the inning clean. Reading looks to get on the board first. Bottom half coming up in just a minute here at America's Classic Ballpark. The Seidel Auto Group Deck Picnic appeals to both die-hard and casual fans with its summer picnic-like and fun tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir, as the area is situated directly in prime home run territory behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are $30 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit Fightins.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Golden Oaks is an award-winning high-end golf club that offers golfers a country club experience without country club prices. With 5 sets of tees, golfers of every skill level will enjoy their game. Golden Oaks has Bogey's Pub, a beautiful pro shop, driving range, and learning center that will make any visit complete. Golden Oaks Golf Club is the perfect venue for private events and golf outings. Visit us for our newly opened golf simulators, complete with its own bar area and Bogey's Pub menu items available. You can stay in our beautifully restored 1850s farmhouse and then play our award-winning championship golf course. Each room includes full amenities, cable television, and quaint rustic decor. While on the premises, visit Bogey's Pub for lunch, dinner, or a relaxing beverage. We're ready to serve you here at Golden Oaks and look forward to the 2022 season.
Into the bottom of the first here at America's Classic Ballpark scoreless. Mick Abel, a 1-2-3 frame in his first AA inning, picks up 2 strikeouts on 11 pitches, hits 98 with the highest fastball he threw, but really sitting around 96 or so, and he gives the Fightins an opportunity to get on the board first. Shane Drowan will be the lefty starter. He'll see Johan Rojas, Kevin Vicuña, and Wendell Rijo in this frame. And he sends Rojas a first pitch called strike. Throwing to Eli Marrero back behind the plate. Lefty working quickly here. Misses. Oh, he hits at the knees. A late call there from Jude Corey. And it's 0-2. Wilyer Abreu out in left. Rafaela in center. And Izzy Wilson down in right field today. Here's the 0-2 up and away. 1-2. Alex Spinellis at third. Koss and Hamilton, the middle infielders. And Nico Cavadas over at first for the third straight game here. Rojas connects, sending it into shallow center field. Rafaela is there to make the catch in the sun. And there is out number 1.
This crowd is into this game very early. I mean, Rojas sent that ball high into center field, and you just hear a loud miss it coming from the mouth of a fan to our left. I mean, it was very prominent, and really everything so far, even in the first inning when Abel was really working the zone, gets those 2 strikeouts at the end of the inning.
Here's Kevin Vicuña. Sends the first pitch back foul for strike 1. During the break, you know, when the catcher throws down to second, that signifies that the warm-up is over. Marrero, as we've seen do during the game, threw it into the outfield, and the entire crowd erupted in boos. 0-1 to Vicuña outside, 1-1.
Hey, we always get great crowds here in Baseball Town. Can't beat it.
Popped off the bat. Foul into the netting above the plaza. Vicuña down 1-2 here. 1 out, no score, bottom of the first. Redding looking for a leadoff base runner. Chips it just back, and he'll get to go again. Middle infielders back deep, corner infielders playing in here. Kevin had the night off yesterday, but back in the lineup for the Arphils, batting second. Ground ball to the third baseman. Benelas gobbles it up across the diamond. And there is out number 2. And here's Wendell Rijo. Rijo takes the first pitch inside. 1-0, 2 outs quickly here. In the bottom of the first inning, Abel sat them down in order in the top half. Drowan hits the corner, 1-1. Also a 2020 selection, but in the 5th round by the Boston Red Sox out of Florida State University. Actually was drafted by the Phillies in 2017, but chose not to sign as Rijo takes a swinging strike, 1-2. It's been all of his season with High A Greenville, and then getting the promotion just earlier this week, and now making the start here tonight in Baseball Town. Rijo holds off on a pitch outside. The count evens 2-2. 6-7 on the season with a 4 ERA, 105 2/3 innings of work, which is an impressive workload for somebody just in their second season of pro ball, and 136 strikeouts. The 2-2, and he gets one here to cap off the inning as Rijo goes down swinging. There is out number 3. Both starters in their Double-A debut sit down the side in order as we go into the top of the second here, scoreless in Baseball Town. Mick Abel enters for the second inning here. Both starters sat down the side in order, so scoreless as Abel sends Christian Koss a first pitch strike. Steven Scott and Nico Cavadas also due up in this frame. Abel needed just 11 offerings to get out of the first, and back-to-back strikes here to start off the second. Also struck out 2 batters back-to-back to end the frame. Here's the 0-2 to the righty, and he gets him swinging. Keeps the fastball up to 96, and there is out number 1 to start off the second.
3 pitches is all he needed on that batter to start off this inning. I think he's settled in.
Here's Steven Scott with 1 away. Definitely looks like he is staying tough. Starting it off very strong. This is a line drive out to right field. Jalen Ortiz coming in. Stays up in the air long enough for the right fielder to put a glove on it. And there is out number 2 on 1 pitch.
I was just going to mention, we always talk about, how the sun has an impact here so far. Especially when it's early like this, just seeing Jalen put up his glove, using it to shade his eyes as he's looking into the sun, but no problem on that catch.
Here's Nico Cavadas from the left side, takes a first pitch strike at his knees. Abel has only thrown 2 balls so far, and they were both in the first inning. Cruising here, the 0-1 from the righty. In the inside corner at the knees, 0-2. Portland, Oregon native misses just below the knees on the inside corner, 1-2. Named the Gatorade Player of the Year twice in 19 and 20. Won a 6A championship with his high school team his junior year. Now he comes outside, 2-2. That senior year kind of cut off with COVID, which was unfortunate. Committed to Oregon State, the Beavers, but ended up signing. I think your first-round draft pick, 15 overall. That might top the college experience. Here's a 2-2 with 2 outs. Ties up Cavadas on the inside. He'll keep his count and go again.
That Gatorade Player of the Year, that is a huge honor because that's really across all sports, too. That's just insane.
And to do it
winning it twice, too. That's impressive.
2 outs. Here's the 2-2, and he gets him swinging. 97 for Mick Abel. Bookends the frame with strikeouts number 4. And he sits down the side in order for the second time in a row onto the bottom half. Reading looks to get on the board first in just a minute.
Hey, psst. Yeah, you want to buy some low-priced groceries? Just follow me into this well-lit Lidl grocery store. Here at Lidl, we buy in bulk and cut down on costs wherever possible. Then we pass the savings on to you. Trust me, everything's done totally legit and above board. Nothing to be worried about. Yep, Lidl's pretty great. It's just your run-of-the-mill grocery store, except with way lower prices. Lidl. Suspiciously low-priced groceries.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage Auto Group Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with eXp Realty Associate Broker Alex Patansis throughout the 2022 season. Visit Alex's convenient website at brgpa.com and search for your perfect home today. His custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and he's there to answer all your questions. Call Alex today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Associate Broker Alex Patansis is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 11 Savage Auto Group Fiesta Friday games during the 2022 season. eXp Realty Group and Alex Patansis, where every move matters. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com. Into the bottom of the second, still scoreless here in Baseball Town. Aldrum Corridor leads things off for the Fightin' Phils. He takes a first pitch strike from Shane Drowan. Jalen Ortiz and Carlos De La Cruz also due up in this frame. Fightin' Phils were sat down in order by Drowan in the first. Mick Abel has done it twice now. As we enter the bottom of the second, nobody's gotten on base yet. Reading looks to change that. The 1-1 goes off speed. 1-2 as Corridor comes up with nothing.
Corridor still leading the team with 51 RBIs, and he's been seeing the ball well so far this series.
Takes a pitch below the knees as the count evens at 2. You know what? He had a great week out in his old stomping grounds in Harrisburg, and ever since then he's looked really good at the plate. Here's a 2-2 popped up into the stands. I mean, he's having a good season. He's leading the team in RBIs with 51 and been power hitting. 9 doubles, 9 homers.
And he's played a lot of different positions, too. We've seen him at first base recently after Josh Ockamy got called up to AAA, and he's been doing a solid job over there.
2-2, he goes up the middle with it, ranging over Hamilton, makes the play on the run. A good pick in the dirt by Cavadas. And there is out number 1. Hamilton covered a lot of ground with that shift on Aldrum, but the ball kind of dribbled up the infield. It got stuck on the grass, and he couldn't beat it down to first, so 1 away for Jalen Ortiz.
He had a good night last night. He leads the team in doubles with 23. Had one last night, walking 2 RBIs in last night's game.
Takes a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Drowan, 23 years old, gets a swing and a miss from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Stayed in state for college. Now he travels up the East Coast. Really far. Way up and away. 1-2 to Ortiz. Just looking for a base runner here early in this game. 1-2. Chipped off the bat down the first base line. It was kind of a half swing by Jalen. Looked like he wanted to stop, but he makes contact, and it stays fair. Played unassisted by Cavadas. There's out number 2.
Carlos De La Cruz.
Here's Carlos De La Cruz, had his second home run of the series last night. Dead to center. Shoots this up in the sky down the right field line. Coming over Cavadas. It's going to end up in the dugout suite. Down the first base side, just out of reach beyond the net. And De La Cruz is going to get another chance here with an 0-1 count. Both of these starters working very quickly here today. Throwing 25 pitches so far. Inside to the 6'8" De La Cruz. Check on the appeal. They say he goes around. And moves 0-2.
Was a little late.
They've been doing a lot of late calls here. That one is way outside. No questions asked about that one. Now 1-2.
I think we mentioned yesterday about how we could make a basketball team now with a lot of the players.
Oh my
on
gosh,
our team.
they're running out of pants that fit. Here's the 1-2 with 2 outs. De La shoves it back into the net behind home plate to stay alive.
I mean, Carlos De La Cruz easily.
But Taylor Lehman giving him a run for his money.
Yep, absolutely. We would need a point guard and a shooting guard as well.
Well, we got some other players. We got some good athletes on this team too. Here's the 1-2. De La lines this into left field. That's going to drop in for the first hit of the game. And the Fightin' Phils have a base runner here with 2 outs. The catcher, Herbert Iser, due up.
And the truly head batter gets a hit. I'll say that I'm Cimarrillo and truly can't truly $1 off for the next half inning.
Great crowd here at the ballpark. Like Alexis was saying, they're so invested in this game. It makes it so much more fun.
There's actually a football team up here pretty much right in front of the press box to Emily and I's right, and they've been very active so far in this game verbally.
Runner on first, 2 outs. The lefty takes a pitch outside. 1-0. Scoreless, bottom of the second inning. De La Cruz singled to reach. First base run of the game on either side. The lefty Drowan has a good eyesight. He's going up the middle. Goes Iser and it gets through. Carlos off to third. A base hit by Herbert. And De La Cruz gets to third. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Redding threatening against Drowan. And here is the designated hitter for tonight, Vito Freisha.
Iser just chips this into center field. It just hops right over the second base bag. And we saw a diving attempt made at it by Hamilton, but just a little too late. It took a weird hop over the bag. And De La Cruz with that early jump off of first base, able to make it to third, 90 feet from home.
Freisha, chance to drive in the first run of the game, scoreless in the bottom of the second. There are 2 outs. Sends the first pitch he sees back foul for strike number 1. Back-to-back hits for the Fightin' Phils here. Getting an early jump on Drowan. Seeing if they can eat into the starter early. We know he can go the distance here for the Sea Dogs. 93 pitches, his highest count on the summer. The 0-1 misses inside. 1-1. Mick Abel has thrown 104 pitches in one outing this season. And he's actually broken that 100 mark one other time, getting to exactly 100 pitches. Those were in late July. So chance for him to go deep into this game as well. Here's the 1-1. Freisha sends this back into the stands. Foul. It hits the top, goes all the way down to the front row. And a little kid comes up with it. Count moves to 1-2. Runners on the corners and 2 out. Drohan looking at Iser over at first. Now back to the plate. Back to first. Here's the offering. Vito crushes deep to left. This ball is gone. Vito Freisha, a 3-run home run here, and the Fightin' Phils get on the board early. His 10th of the season. Man, they just left that right over the plate, and that was in the 3rd row of seats in the left field picnic deck.
And that's definitely what this team needs, especially with Mick Abel performing so well. through the first 2 frames here. They needed to give him some run support, and Freesia comes up with runners on 2 outs, gets the job done.
And down in the count too, 1-2. Man, he tore the cover off that ball. Here's Madison Stokes. He takes it dead to center. Rafaela, track, wall, it's out of here! Loses his helmet, back-to-back homers for the Fightin' Phils. They're up 4-0. Stokes has been involved in quite a number of back-to-back homers this season. That's his 3rd where he comes up, and he'll round the horn. Reading leads 4-0.
And the last one coming just last week on August 9th at Harrisburg, when he went back-to-back, followed Aldrin Corridor with a shot of his own.
Fightin' Phils have had 4 consecutive hits here, all with 2 outs. And here is Johan Rojas as they go back to the top of the order. Now, I did a little deep dive here because obviously, you know, these 2 AA teams meet up in the same league. Well, the high A teams, Jersey Shore and Greenville, meet up as well. So I wanted to see if anybody had faced each other. So Rojas has seen Drowan, and Pinellas and Northcutt have seen Abel, and nobody has gotten a hit on either side. So we'll look to see who has read the pitcher before and who can hit off him as the 2-1 into Johan. He flew out to center field his first time up. This is up and away, 3-1, and now they're digging into Drohan here, up to 40 pitches, trying to get out of the bottom of the 2nd inning. There is a called strike. He thought it was ball 4. He'd taken off his shin guard. Crowd is booing.
Yeah, Rojas definitely thought it was ball 4, taking first base on a free pass, but I'll have to stay put for now. Full count.
Steps into the righty batter's box, 2 outs. Payoff pitch, fouled down the 3rd baseline. Reading had back-to-back hits by De La Cruz and Iser that put runners on the corners. Vito Fresia's 3-run blast brings them both home, and then Madison Stokes followed up with a homer of his own. Rojas sends it back foul. And we'll go again. Johan sends this back into the netting above the plaza. Infield, outfield, back deep. 2 outs. 4-0 lead by Reading. Here's the payoff pitch, and he goes down swinging, chasing a ball in the dirt. No, it's foul. And now Eli Marrero is up in the face of Jude Corey, and the manager, Chad Epperson, is coming out of the dugout. I mean, he's getting close. Are they saying? I guess they're saying he got a piece of it. Rojas ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, he's staying put, and the ball definitely fell to the ground. Just about if he missed it or not.
The infield not walking off either. Epperson has had a couple arguments with these umpires since they've been here, and he's going to go back into the dugout, and Johan Rojas is going to get a second chance here with a full count. Puts the bat on his right shoulder. The lefty Drohan comes set. Here's the payoff pitch, and this one is definitely chipped back foul.
And a little note about Stokes' home run there. If I'm reading this correctly, we do track every home run that is hit in both halves of the season. Stokes, when he was on the injury list, was on it for a while. His last home run here in FirstEnergy Stadium came back on April 24th.
Payoff pitch is a called strike 3 at the knees. And that will end the frame. But the Fightin' Phils do get 4 runs on 4 hits, back-to-back bombs by Fresia and Stokes. and they give Mick Abel a 4-run advantage here as we go into the top of the third at FirstEnergy Stadium. Roof Max of West Reading is a safe, easy, proven, and affordable alternative to a complicated and expensive asphalt roof replacement. Roof Max's revolutionary new technology uses natural, plant-based bio-oil to restore shingles' flexibility and instantly add 5 years of life to a roof. And treatment is around 20% of the cost of a complete roof replacement. From homes to commercial complexes, Roof Max of West Reading can help. Visit GetRoofMax.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phillies Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin Phils, two great hometown partners.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating over 70 years of senior living.
All right, well, we're having a good time here in Baseball Town. Reading leads Portland 4-0 as Mick Abel comes out for his third inning of work. 21 pitches thrown as he gets a called strike here to Alex Pinellas. 4 strikeouts, nobody's reached. And now we'll see the 7 through 9 batters, Pinellas, Wilson, and Marrero. He gets a swinging strike, keeping his velo up 97 with a fastball on the outside corner, 0-2. Reading had back-to-back homers in the bottom of the second. Freesia and Stokes going yard. This misses inside. 1-2. And so they take an early lead against the Portland Sea Dogs. Looking to take a series lead and make up some ground in playoff contention. The righty, the full windup. Looks to hit the corner. Iser frames very well, and they don't get the call by Jude Corey. And this crowd is heavily invested. Here's the 2-2. Chips back foul. We'll go again. Abel throws about half of his pitches as fastballs, mixing in the curve and change and slider, covering about the rest of them. Fastball, slider, his 2 main, and looking with the others as plus pitches in the 4th pitch as he gets Pinellas to chase for strike 3, going off speed, bringing it all the way down to 80 miles an hour. And there is strikeout number 5 here for Mick.
You know, obviously he's clicking here so far, but the pairing of him and Iser, they've obviously played together in High A, Jersey Shore too, before they both got called up here.
First pitch strike to Izzy Wilson. 10 strikeouts done on July 29th at Wilmington. That's his career high. Well, he's halfway there here in the 3rd inning as he gets Wilson to swing and miss. 0-2. And I'm really impressed with this bounce-back start for Mick Abel. His last start in Jersey Shore, not his best. 0-2 misses downstairs. 1-2. He only went an inning and a third. Gave up 6 runs, only 4 earned on 3 hits. But then he got the promotion to Double-A, and he's coming out of the gate so tough. Here's the 1-2. Popped up. It's going to come into the stands. Actually hitting the roof, and he'll keep his count. But he's had some serious quality starts throughout his time in Jersey Shore. Bunch of 6 innings, less than 3 runs. Going deep in the game was something the Phillies wanted him to work on this season. Wilson gets a hold of this, and that is out of here. A solo shot to deep right field puts Portland on the board. And all the runs being scored today off the long ball. That's his 8th home run of the season. And it's now 4-1. First base runner from Mick Abel.
And before that pitch came in, Wilson took a step, asked for time, stepped out of the box. Abel did not flinch on the mound. He stepped back in. He certainly did not miss that pitch.
First pitch misses outside. 1-0 to the number 9 hitter, Eli Marrero. Marrero batting just above the Mendoza line, 212. Sends this foul. 1-1. Now he comes outside, 2-1. So Abel, after getting drafted in the first round in 2020, 15 overall for above the slot, over $4 million. Ooh. Spent time in the Fall Instructional League. Here's the 2-1, sent back foul into the net behind home plate, 2-2. And then made his professional debut in the 2021 season out in Clearwater, a 4.43 ERA and 14 starts. 66 total strikeouts there. Just getting his feet wet. And now he's all the way in Double-A. 2-2 misses outside. The count is full. How he responds here after giving up that home run going to be big in terms of comfortability out on the mound. Here's the payoff pitch. Driven up the middle. Johan Rojas going back over the shoulder. He makes the grab right in front of the warning track. And there is out number 2 for Mick Abel as they go back to the top of the order.
You know, he does that a lot, the over-the-shoulder kind of basket catch, even though it's sent kind of over his head. He's just so fast. He doesn't really need to take that much time to get back to those long fly balls. And we've seen him cover a lot of ground out there.
Top of the order, David Hamilton looks to lay down a bunt, pulls back, but it's a called strike. He flew out to right field his first time up. This is shot to right field. Coming over is Ortiz. The ball drops alongside of him. He sends it back in quickly. Hamilton's going to have to hold up at first. The single will continue this inning for the Portland Sea Dogs, who trail 4-3 in the top of the third. And here is Wilyer Abreu. Yesterday, Abreu grounded out in the first inning and then didn't come onto the field in the bottom half. He was taken out of the game. I didn't know if it was he didn't run it out to first, maybe twisted an ankle. We never found out what the situation was, but he's back in the lineup today, so I guess nothing too serious. Hamilton going. This is sent to center field. Playable for Rojas. No, it's going to drop in front of him. And getting all the way to third is Hamilton. And that's one of those balls that we saw Alexis yesterday where you either charge and you make a heroic play or it gets way behind you and things got out of hand. And that's what happened yesterday. Yeah. And so Rojas choosing to let that fall in front of him. Yes, there are runners on the corners. Now, if that had gotten behind him, Portland would have been cutting Reading's lead in half.
And Hamilton would have scored easily, too. But he's trusting his pitcher, trusting his defense here. Ball's put in play that they're going to make a play.
Runners on the corners, 2 outs for Abel. Here's Cedon Rafaela from the right side. Takes the first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. This is the first inning. Abel's allowed any base runners. A solo shot by Izzy Wilson makes it 4-1 Reading. And now back-to-back singles puts Hamilton on third and Abreu on first. He's got 2 outs. Comes set at the chest, out of the stretch here for the 21-year-old. 1-0, taken to center field. Rojas taking a couple steps to his left, puts his glove in the air and makes the catch, and that will end the frame. Izzy Wilson, a solo shot. Makes it 4-1 Reading. The Sea Dogs get 2 of their hits, but they strand them on the base path. So on to the bottom of the third we go. Reading up by 3. Kevin Vicuña leads us off here and sends the first pitch deep to right field. Izzy Wilson backing up in front of the warning track. He makes the grab. And there is out number 1. Reading leads 4-1 here. Wilson had a solo shot back in the top of the 3rd. Reading had back-to-back home runs from Freesia and Stokes. That put them on the board early. Here's Wendell Rijo with one away, and I have a special guest with me here, Karen from American Crane and Equipment Corporation in Douglasville.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for joining me today. As Wendell Rijo takes the first pitch outside. So you are the CEO?
Correct.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
That's so cool. So what does the CEO do? I'm sure you have so many things to list as Rijo takes one outside, 1-1, but try to sum it up for us.
Well, it's my job to make sure we have a great environment so that all of our people can thrive and do their amazing jobs. So I like to think of myself as the gardener, planting and growing our people, ourselves, our business, and doing it all over again, right? As we till the soil, grow some stuff, harvest, and then plant and start and do it all over again.
1-2 here, Wendell Rijo. Waiting for Drowan's pitch inside 2-2. Well, you sound like a great leader then, if that's a good metaphor to have. Out at American Crane and Equipment, you manufacture tons of different types of cranes. What would you say is the biggest seller? What's the most popular?
Well, what we're really known for is our custom applications. We do a lot of work for different customers.
Here's the 2-2. Popped up left side. Going over costs, and there's the catch.
Our equipment is used to move spent fuel at nuclear power plants, to help build spacecraft for NASA, and even move fish around hydro plants.
Oh my gosh, so like really broad variety of things.
Yeah, it's the cool thing about what we do. There's so many different applications and customers that we get to serve. It's really awesome. Very proud of our people, our products, and the customers that we get to work with.
2 away very quickly. Here is Aldrum Corridor. There's a pitch below the knees, ball 1. Your company mantra is grit matters. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. I came across the word several years ago, and I just really thought it summed up who we are.
1-0 misses inside.
Grit is that raw endurance, perseverance, and passion to keep going despite obstacles. And that really just sums up who we are as a people and what we do for our customers and really our mantra of how we get things done.
Corridor takes the pitch at the knees, 2-1, and I'm sure that applies to you being, in a woman-owned business and being a leader as a female. As Corridor gets this up the middle, a diving toss, can't come up with it, and with 2 outs, a base hit by Corridor continues to frame. Reading leads 4-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Woman in business.
Oh, yes. Well, I was really fortunate to have my father as a role model. He's the founder of our company and I've actually just celebrated my 20th year on Friday. So really exciting. And without him, I may have never gotten involved in manufacturing, which is an awesome career and place to be.
That's awesome. That's super inspiring, especially someone like me being having somebody of female that's in such a powerful position and trying to lead the right way is awesome.
It's a journey. There is no destination for leadership. We're all just, learning as we go. And luckily, I have great people. Really an awesome place to work, and that makes it all a joy.
Jalen takes the first pitch ball. Now he ropes this foul down the third base side. 1-1. Aldrum Corridor out on first with 2 outs here. So not only do you manufacture cranes, you guys have some other products that you offer there.
Yeah, we are really excited about some new things. They're still cranes, but we actually have launched a clean room crane, which it can go into environments that are as stringent as semiconductors, which is big in the news.
1-1 checks his swing, doesn't go around, 2-1.
So very high-tech, very made for specialty environments. And then we also are now adding software to our expertise to allow crane monitoring using smart IoT, which is super exciting. So just better products for our customers adding on to our capabilities.
Wow, that sounds like futuristic almost.
Hey, you gotta stay with the times,
right? You
right?
Definitely do. That's so awesome. And you're celebrating your 50th year. What kind of advice can you give to other business owners looking to make that kind of impact?
I think the big thing to think about is back to that idea of gardening. You know, you have to really, if you plant a garden because you believe in tomorrow.
Here's the 3-1. Jalen rips this down the left field line. Oh, it just ropes foul. Into that picnic area deep to left. Man, I'd like to know the exit velo on that. But it stays foul, and now the count is full. Runner on first, 2 away. Reading a 4-1 lead in the bottom of the third.
So yeah, so maintaining that perception of being a gardener, but then also being curious, really interesting and caring about your people. You really have to love your people, and it's your job as a leader to make sure that they can thrive, and that's, you know, a labor of love. You got to keep going and keep doing it.
Runner going, the payoff pitch, and Ortiz down on strikes, and that will end the frame here. The Fightin' Phils get a base runner, but they strand him on. To the fourth we go. Reading leads 4-1, and a special thank you to Karen, the CEO of American Crane and Equipment.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it. Mick Abel enters for the fourth inning. Reading with a 4-1 lead over the Portland Sea Dogs. Christian Koss goes up the middle. Madison Stokes gets a glove on it, but he can't make the play over to first. Honestly, it was slow up the middle. I wasn't even sure he'd be able to range over and get there in time. But he does make contact in his glove, and Koff is safe down at first. And that is going to go an error on Stokes that allows him to reach to start off this frame. Here is Steven Scott with a runner on. All the runs today have been scored off of long balls. Freesia and Stokes back-to-back in the second, and Izzy Wilson in the top of the third. So Reading with a 3-run lead here in the fourth. And with that error, Reading has made an error in 4 consecutive games. Their defense, which was their biggest tool, biggest asset the entire season in the past 2 weeks, has slipped a little bit. Here's the 1-0. Abel gets him to chase, down and away. 1-1. Mick working pretty efficiently. 45 pitches here in the top of the fourth. Had quick 1 and 2 frames and got a little tied up in the third, but only 1 run of damage came across the board. Here's the 1-1. That hits the outside corner. 1-2 here to Steven Scott, who lined out to right his first time up. One, two. Sent back foul.
Now all the field in the shade. Sun's starting to set. It's getting to that time. Only have couple more minutes of sunlight left.
Runner on first, nobody out here. Abel working out of the stretch. Not too concerned about Koss at first. Here's the 1-2 up and in. And we'll go again.
A little bit of high heat there, 98.
Keeping the velo up even with about 50 pitches. Ground ball right to Aldrum corridor, over to Stokes, back to first, they turn two. A big double play for Mick Abel. The old 3-6-3. And he gets 2 outs on 1 pitch, cleans the base pass, and here's Nico Cavadas.
And what a play by Aldrum corridor there to pick that up cleanly, get a clean throw over to Stokes, and then retreat back, find the bag, and make sure he retrieves that throw clearly from Stokes.
Definitely good baseball IQ there. Have the foresight to make a good play. Abel stepping off for really the first time in this game. He's been pretty glued to that rubber while he's out there working quickly. He has 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Reading leads by 3. And he gets a first pitch called strike on the outside corner at the knees to Nico Cavadas, who struck out swinging his first time up. There's one outside, 2-1. Reading 5 hits, Portland 3. It's been a close game this entire series, and that back foot slider hits Nico Cavadas on the back foot, and he's going to get a free pass down to first. And that is the first free pass that Mick Abel has issued. Abel, the 7th Oregon high school player drafted in the 1st round. Only the 7th.
Wow.
And just the 2nd since 1977. As Alex Pinellas takes the first pitch swinging strike. Royals had one back in 1994. He was number 16. Mick Abel, number 15. Lots of top things with Abel out of Oregon is he gets a swinging strike, 97 with the fastball, and Pinellas down 0-2. He's the first pitcher in the 1st round for the Phillies since Aaron Nola in 2014. Well, that was back, obviously Painter drafted in 2021 as a pitcher. And the first high school pitcher since Jesse Biddle. Pinellas gets just a piece of it to stay alive.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Aaron Nola wear 10 when he was here in Reading?
He did.
Back to those parallels again that we were talking about.
Runner on first. 2 outs here. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Abel, 96 on the radar gun, picks out strikeout number 6 here to end the inning. Strands a runner on first. As we go into the bottom of the 4th, Reading keeps their 4-1 lead.
When the Reading Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Wild Missing Family Restaurant and Bakery, Squawk Cafe, Collegeville Italian Bakery Pizzeria, Jimmy G's Railroad House, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, Jersey Mike's Subs, Klingers on Corsonia, and Subway for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners, but don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
The Reading Fightin' Phils birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Into the bottom of the 4th inning here in Baseball Town. Mick Abel picked up a big double play and a strikeout to get out of the 4th inning clean despite an error and a hit by pitch. And so Reading takes their 3-run lead into the bottom of the 4th. Carlos De La Cruz manhandles this into left center field. Going back at the warning track is Wilyer Abreu, and there is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Herbert Iser steps up to the plate. Vito Fresia also due up. This was the damage done by the Fightin Phils. For the first couple of games, it was really the top of the order that was handling the business at the plate. Right now, it's the bottom 4 guys. Iser, a base hit, scored on Fresia's home run. Back in the 2nd, he'll take a first pitch inside. Shane Drowan up to 65 offerings here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This is taken deep to left field. Back at the track, Abreu. And he makes the catch. Wow, both deep, deep outs to left field. Here's Vito Fresia. 2 quick outs for Drowan. Fresia absolutely unloaded. Back in the 2nd for a 3-run shot.
Another new walk-up song.
Yes, this is Shakira.
Huh.
He changed today. I asked him, where did you get this? And he said he found it. They were playing it in the clubhouse, and he heard it like a bunch of times, and he was like, "Yep, that's the one."
This is it. Spoke to him.
Sends the first pitch back foul. Here's the 0-1. Checks his swing. And it's a called strike, 0-2.
Brought it down to 77. Working up and down in velocity.
Down below the knees, 1-2. Reading leads 4 runs on 5 hits. Portland 1 run on 3 hits. All the damage being done by long balls today. Vito connects. Foul territory down the right field line in the Fightin's bullpen. Coming over is Izzy Wilson. And I think it ends up just on the other side of that net. I can see a fan go and pick it up.
Saw Adam Lever get up and take his chair with him out of the way. Out of the Fightin's bullpen down the right field line.
Reading has their bullpens on the field, not in the field of play, but you can pick up a foul ball down the right and left field lines. A couple of AA parks have that. Here's the 1-2. Chip back foul. We'll go again. One-two, sent foul this time into the plaza, and he'll keep his count.
Certainly staying alive.
Sun starting to set, wind picking up. 2 outs, bottom 4. Here's the 1-2, and he goes down swinging. A 1-2-3 frame. And just a couple of pitches for Shane Drowan as he gets out of the inning clean. We go into the 5th. Reading leads 4-1.
There you are in the great wide open when you hear it. Dinner time. When you're hungry, you're not going to let 5,000 feet of mountain get in your way. And if they try, that's what Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable SUVs with available all-wheel drive is for. The Telluride, Sorento, Sportage, and Seltos are how you know we take this pretty seriously. The SUVs and the dinner. Hurry into your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Visit kia.com for details. Always drive safely.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, Online, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, "Are you okay?" the hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Mick Abel comes out for the top of the 5th inning. Reading leads 4-1 over the Portland Sea Dogs. Abel will see Izzy Wilson, Eli Marrero, and David Hamilton. Wilson, that solo shot that got the Portland Sea Dogs in the board in the 3rd. And the Fightin' Phils runs coming off back-to-back homers by Freesia and Stokes in the 2nd. A ball and a strike. Mick Abel hasn't seen much trouble on the base pass. 58 pitches here for the righty starter. The 1-1 misses below the knees, 2-1. Already has 6 strikeouts here. The only free pass issued was the hit by pitch. And he stranded Cavadas out on first. Here's the 2-1, up and away, 3-1. Abel working on going deeper into the game, using his different pitches as he sees the lineup for the 2nd time. Wilson throws his bat. He thought it was ball 4. He's going to have to pick that back up as Jude Corey calls a strike, and the count is now full. So embarrassing when that happens. And it happens on both sides.
It really does. We've seen it a lot here so far this series.
Abel, glove at the chest. The big windup. The payoff pitch sent sky high. Out to De La Cruz in left. Tracking it in the twilight. He makes the catch. And there is out number 1. Here's Eli Marrero with 1 away. He flew out to center field his first time up. De La Cruz shifting way over, deep to left. Marrero looks to put the bunt down. He makes contact, fouling it back right into the glove of Iser. Strike 1. Abel trained at the Gunderson Baseball. With Gunderson Baseball with Kevin Gunderson, who was a professional baseball player 4 seasons in the minor leagues, made it as high as the AAA Braves as a pitcher. Comes inside, 1-1.
And certainly that offseason work is definitely important to keep improving and get yourself to the next level. You can reflect, look back on your time over the summer.
Big leg kick, the 1-1. Tied up on the inside is Marrero shooting at foul, who moved to 1-2. It's always good to have a solid, stable place to go back into train. Somebody that knows you, and he's been training there for quite some time throughout his high school career, so I'm sure they know him and his mechanics very well. And based in Portland, Oregon, so that's pretty nice to have, I'm sure. Here's the 1-2. Up above the letters, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reading leads 4-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. It's the ground ball right side. Kevin Vicuña on 2 hops over to first. And there is out number 2 for Mick Abel as he goes to the top of the order with David Hamilton.
You know, I think for a while we've seen sort of like the same 4 guys on the infield. They've been shuffling around a lot so far this series. We've seen Madison Stokes at first, second, and now shortstop. McCarthy Tatum getting in at third base. Wendell Rijo going over to second.
Looking to lay down the bunt as Hamilton takes a called strike. With Stokes back here with the Fightin' Phils, that gives him a lot of wiggle room. He can play literally every position in the field. Here's the 0-1.
Swing and a miss, and you can tell that Abel is working in more of his breaking ball, more of his change here late in the game. We saw heavy fastball early on, 97, 97. Now he's bringing it, he's dropping it down, working his way now through the lineup for the third time. And this is what the Phillies were looking for him. Can you bring in your third and fourth pitch here and try to get yourself through the lineup for the third time? The 0-2, big swing and a miss by Hamilton. He brings it up to the fastball, 96 for strikeout number 7 here from Mick Abel. A 1-2-3 frame in the fifth. He keeps the Fightin' Phils on top. They take their 4-1 lead into the bottom of the fifth inning at America's Classic Ballpark.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Schwartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Schwartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Schwartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2022 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are healthy, safe, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community for animals anywhere by visiting humanepa.org.
This is the Crazy Hot Dog Vendor coming to you from the radio booth. When I need to get somewhere in a hurry and the ostrich isn't cutting it, I hop on my Harley Davidson from Classic Harley Davidson. It's your one-stop shop for all your Harley needs. They have everything you need from boots, jackets, t-shirts, gloves, mugs, and oh yeah, they have a great selection of bikes too, which are almost as good on gas as an ostrich. Go to Classic Harley Davidson for everything Harley Davidson, and I'll see you at Harley Night.
Mick Abel sits down the side, 1-2-3 in the top of the fifth inning. Reading takes their 4-1 lead into the bottom half. They'll have Madison Stokes, Johan Rojas, and Kevin Vicuña due up. The Fightin' Phils, 5 hits to the Sea Dogs 3, all the runs being scored on home runs. Freisha, Stokes, and Izzy Wilson. As Madison takes the ball below the knees. Had a solo shot in his last at-bat. Packed house here in Baseball Town. Sends this into shallow right field, racing in. Wilson, it's at the line. He's there to make the catch for out number 1. We knew Harley Night was going to be a really good crowd here. Mick Abel drawing some fans, but we were so blessed with the weather tonight. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better night. I remember last summer it rained on Harley Night, and this is a good day.
And the rain really does, like, turn people away. Like, even if there's a slight chance, some people won't risk it.
Johan Rojas takes one inside, 1-0. He's 0 for 2 today, coming up for the third time. Drohan up to 76 pitches, so they'll get somebody up in Portland's bullpen as he misses outside. 2-0 to the leadoff batter.
I've seen a lot of, like, nice slick leather jackets tonight too, and even leather vests, so these fans definitely pulled out everything in their wardrobe to show out for Harley Night.
24th annual Harley Night at FirstEnergy Stadium. Here's the 2-0. This hits the corner, 2-1. They did a big group ride down from the Harley Davidson of Reading. They all drove out here together. Then they did a lap around the warning track. Now taking in the game, 2-1. Rojas chased the ball in the dirt. And they're all going to hang out for post-game fireworks. International Fireworks of Douglasville has been setting up beyond the left field wall for about 3 hours now for this big post-game show. They do it up. Here's the 2-2. Misses outside. Full count.
Rojas still has those yellow batting gloves out tonight.
Got to get those good vibes from Roberto Clemente. That's who he's honoring in a tribute. Payoff pitch lined right into the glove of Alex Spinellas. And there is out number 2 here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's Kevin Vicuña. Reading leads 4-1. They have since the 3rd inning. Both teams have had a couple base runners here and there. Kevin Vicuña slices this down the left field line, foul. Went to the bullpen, they get a good glove on it.
And someone in Portland's dugout will snag it and toss it into the crowd.
Working out of the stretch here now is Drohan. He comes inside, 1-1. Vicuña 0 for 2, ground out and a fly out. The Fightin' Phils 5 hits, the Sea Dogs 3. Reading leads 4-1 as we come to the midway point of this game. Kevin takes a pitch right at the knees, 1-2. Chopped, 2 hops up above the head of the third baseman Vanellas. He goes across the diamond. 1-2-3 fame for Drohan as he sits down the Fightin' Phils in order. Reading 4, Portland 1, 6th inning. Here we come at America's Classic Ballpark.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Character Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with your family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus, 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and photos and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phils mascot band. Regular season tickets are $31 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
For top-flight local jobs, go with who you know. J.P. Mascaro & Sons, a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands brought on by the pandemic, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, M-A-S-C-A-R-O, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com. Mick Abel back on the rubber here for the top of the 6th inning. Reading leads 4-1 as he works through the lineup for the 3rd time. Here he'll see Willier Abreu, Cedon Rafaela, and Christian Koss, the heart of Portland's order. Chopped right back to the pitcher. He gets a vertical jump, snags it out of the air, and makes the underhanded toss to Aldrum Corridor. How about that athleticism?
Certainly that 6'5" frame helped, but definitely that really took a long hop. Let's watch this back here. It took a big hop off the ground, just hung up there, and Abel is able to keep his focus, track that ball down, and get the first out of this inning. I didn't think that one through before.
How many times do you think he gets
that would never
Abel's
happen.
Abel, and I bet painting the corner, Andrew Painter. I'm going to refuse to say that tomorrow. This is lined way out to left field, over the wall and into the left field picnic area. A solo shot for Cedon Rafaela. Cuts the Sea Dogs deficit in half. They now trail by 2 here. Rafaela's 10th home run of the season, and all the runs being scored in long balls.
Shortstop number 54, Christian Koss.
Christian Koss comes up. He takes the ball outside. So Vito, Stokes, Wilson, and Rafaela, all home runs in the game today, which is funny because we've really only seen a handful of homers, maybe 4 total in this entire series so far. 1-0 chipped off the bat, back foul.
1-1, checks his swing, no go. The appeal down to Sean Cassidy at first. Two one, keeps his high heat, 96 from Mick Abel, 2-2. As Christian Koss goes fishing, comes up with nothing. One out here, top of the 6th inning. Abel, a big leg kick. This is a slow roller to short. Madison Stokes makes a good play over to first. They get it there, a heartbeat in front of Christian Koss, who got out of the gate quickly, but there is out number 2. And here is Steven Scott. Lined out, grounded into a double play. Mick Abel just beneath the 80 pitch mark. As we said before, reached over 100 offerings twice this season. Don't know how long they'll keep him out there as he gets a swinging strike for Steven Scott. He's allowed just 2 runs on 4 hit solo shots by the Portland Sea Dogs, but he's had a good handle on this AA lineup in his debut, especially against, the leading team in the Northeast Division of the Eastern League. 1-1 count here to the DH. Inside, 2-1.
Yeah, you certainly have to be impressed and satisfied with this outing from Abel so far. First AA game we've talked about many times before. This is the level where, it's very crucial that, you make that jump. It's the biggest jump from high A to AA.
Here's the 2-1 with 2 outs, and he gets a swinging strike from Scott, going heavy with the fastball here in this at-bat. And I can't imagine the pressure leading up to this start. I mean, there has been hype for a week around it. It's been all people are talking about. Here's the 2-2 with 2 outs inside, a full count. And how do you stay calm and not let adrenaline, not let excitement, nervousness get the best of you here? And he has been able to push all of that news to the side and get the job done so far here today. 2 outs, the payoff pitch outside, ball 4, and that is the first walk that he has issued here today, as Steven Scott will head down to first. Here is Nico Cavadas with a runner on and 2 outs.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that hype. And I think sometimes people forget how young some of these prospects are. I mean, Mick Abel just turned 21 on Thursday, as we mentioned before. So it's not like they have, a couple years of experience. This is only his 2nd year playing games in the minor league.
Cavadas takes a hefty swinging strike with the changeup. 0-1. He was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat, also struck out swinging back in the 2nd. Disco Briscoe hyping up the crowd here. Reading with a 4-2 lead. Cavadas shoves this back into the net behind home plate, and the count moves to 0-2. Steven Scott shuffles off the bag at first. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Reading leads by 2. Here's the 0-2 to the lefty. Gets just a little piece of it, sending it back to the backstop. And we'll go again. Offering number 88 coming in from the righty. No signs of life in the bullpen for the Fightins as of yet. Infield, outfield, back deep. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Goes off speed, picks up the strikeout to end the frame. Number 8 for Mick Abel in his AA debut. A home run from Cedon Rafaela puts the Sea Dogs in the board in the top of the 6th, but Reading leads 4-2 as we go into the bottom half. Offense due up.
The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's classic ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Lidl is a normal grocery store with aisles and shelves and high-quality groceries. But only Lidl has really low prices. Like so low they're too good to be true. But true. Lidl, suspiciously low-priced groceries.
Dominic Brown mentioned you in their story. Pictures that I sent you, Abel? Yeah. Let's post his line if he's done. So like 6 innings, okay.
Entering the bottom of the 6th inning, Reading leads 4-2, and the starter done for the day as Shane Drowan exits the game. Dylan Spakey out of the bullpen here. A bunt by Wendell Rijo just drops foul, laying out for it. The catcher Eli Marrero down the third baseline. It hung up in the air way longer than Wendell would have liked, but the catcher can't come up with it, and he's going to get another chance with an 0-1 count.
You got to applaud the effort on both sides. I mean, Marrero doing everything he could to get the first out of the inning, and Rijo really hustling it out there, trying to get on base any way he can, too, especially being 0 for 2 tonight.
Drowan finishes 5 innings of work, 5 hits, 4 runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts in his AA debut. They leave him out there for 86 offerings. First time we're seeing Spakey out of the bullpen. As he misses below the knees to Rijo, 1-1. Spakey, 24 years old, out of Ramona, California. Sends a ball to Wendell. 2-1. Drafted in the 21st round in 2019, first season here in AA. Below the knees, 3-1. Trying to get a leadoff runner here. They lead 4-2. Rafaela's solo shot cut into their lead a little bit in the top half. They'd like to get some of that back. Give some run support here as Rijo takes a swinging strike, and the count is now full. Payoff pitch. Rijo rolls over on this ground ball left side, hustles out of the box, and he beats out the throw. It was upstairs from Koss to Cavadas, and Cavadas can't get a glove on it. And that hustle by Wendell Rijo pays off there.
Absolutely. It looked like a routine ground ball, but still.
Does he even notice he's
watch
safe?
his back, yeah.
He was about to go back to the dugout. And it was too upstairs to Cavadas. And they're going to get an error on that play. I mean, he got a piece of it with his glove, and it popped off. And Wendell Rijo, I'm not even sure he knew he was safe. Looked like he was going back to the dugout. First base coach Mike Jones says, no.
Where are you going?
Get over here. You're a leadoff runner. And he's going. Oh, man, he's going. The throw down by Marrero. The tag in, and they get him. That was a perfect throw on the right side of the bag. Couldn't have been better by Eli. And Koss puts the tag on, so that makes up for the error there. And Rijo is out number 1, and they lose their runner on the base pass.
And I was just going to say that's the first leadoff man for the Phils that's reached base.
Aldrum Corridor took a ball. Now he takes another one inside, 2-0.
Certainly can't fault the aggression, though.
He's had 19 stolen bases, just 2 caught this summer, so more good than bad. Corridor takes a called strike on the outside corner, 2-1. He's 1 for 2 today with the base hit up the middle. And Matt Seelinger getting warmed up in the bullpen, so I think Mick Abel's day will be done. This is a fly ball, foul territory.
2-2.
And that one pops back down halfway down the grandstand. How many balls have we seen just smoked off the backstops behind the grandstand up here that have bounced back down?
Aldrum called strike 3 at the knees. He knows it. He's back in the dugout without number 2. And here's Jalen Ortiz looking to continue the frame. Jalen takes the first pitch ball. He's 0 for 2 today. But first time he's seeing Dylan Spakey came out of the bullpen this inning. Reading leads 4-2. Jalen's going to get a hit here as he lines this into left, dropping in front of Abreu. And with 2 outs, the Fightins keep the frame alive. Here is Carlos De La Cruz.
See if they can create a little 2-out magic again.
Did it back in the second. Trying to do it again here in the 6th, up by just 2. First pitch strike to De La. Second one way down and away. Marrero able to get a glove on it. 1-1. Ortiz diving back into first safe as Spakey goes for the pickoff attempt there. Step off number 1 here during this at-bat.
Certainly a close play, too.
Jalen taking a pretty good lead there with 2 outs. He'll be going on contact, plus a pretty speedy runner. 9 stolen bases. De La takes a swinging strike down to his knees. Checks his swing. The first base umpire, Cassidy, says he does not go around. And the count moves 2-2. De La Cruz looking to keep this inning alive. Reading has a base runner and 2 outs. They lead by 2. They'd love to lead by more late in the game. Again. Spakey goes over to first. The ball gets past Cavadas, but not by much. And Jalen elects to stay on first. But that is step off number 2. And now if he chooses to go over to the bag, he has to get the out. Ortiz will be awarded a base, and that's so they just don't keep throwing back and forth. So Jalen taking a good lead. The 2-2, De La down swinging. And that will end the frame. The Fightin' Phils get a base runner. They strand him on here in the bottom of the 6th. They'll take their 4-2 lead into the 7th in Baseball Town.
Gear up for Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at FirstEnergy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selections of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading Hot Dogs gear, plus throwback, black, R-Train, R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The sound of an ice-cold Corona is music to my ears. Oh, run that back. Dope. Now drop that beat. And hit me with the hook, player. Hey, whatever you do with your fine life, just do you, player. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. the industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Into the top of the 7th here in baseball town, and Mick Abel hands the ball over to Matt Seelinger here. Try to protect a 4-2 lead. Matt will see the 7 through 9 batters, Alex Pinellas, Izzy Wilson, and Eli Marrero. And Mick Abel, exit 21. So over a year since somebody's made their Double-A debut and took the win. And Abel in line for that tonight. But they've got to keep this lead. They lead by 2 here as we merge into the back part of this game. Seelinger hits the strike zone on the outside corner here to Izzy Wilson. Wilson, one of the 2 runs for the Sea Dogs, a solo shot back in the 3rd. Cedon Rafaela had one in the 6th. Seelinger up and in, 1-1. The Fightin' Phils got their runs on homers too. Vito Freesia, a 3-run shot. And one from Madison Stokes as well. Back-to-back they win in the 2nd. Up above the letters, 2 and 1. Fightin' Phils 6 hits, the Sea Dogs 4. Fly ball out to shallow left. Wendell Rijo ranging in foul territory. He's going to make the grab. Good coverage there by the 3rd baseman. And there is out number 2. Here's Eli Marrero. Seal deals up and in. Eli 0 for 2 today. This is a fly ball out to left. Carlos De La Cruz is there to make the catch, and a 1-2-3 quick inning for Matt Seelinger as he sits down the Sea Dogs in order in the 7th. Reading leads 4-2 as we take stretch time here at America's Classic Ballpark.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, "Are you okay?" the hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Into the bottom of the 7th inning, Reading leads 4-2 here in the back part of this ball game. Matt Seelinger came out of the bullpen in the top half and had a quick 1-2-3 frame to put his team right back up to bat. Herbert Iser takes the first pitch, ball down and away. Well, Dylan Spakey gets just 1 inning of work out of the bullpen as Herbert takes the ball below the knees. This is Odanier Mosqueda. Saw Odanier the other day on Tuesday and had a little bit of trouble getting out the Fightin' Phils. We'll see what they could do against him for the second time this series. They lead by 2. They love to lead by more late in this game. And Iser ahead in the count 3-0. There is ball 4, so 4 pitches will give the Fightin' Phils for the leadoff batter. Iser takes a walk down to first. Here's Vito Friscia. Spakey, 1 inning of work, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts on 18 offerings. Vito 1 for 2, but a big one, a 3-run home run back in the second. Shuffling off the bag at first is Iser. Lefty Mosqueda has good eyesight on him. Now he comes home for a called strike. Well, the Phillies had a doubleheader today. They dropped the first game 8-2. They're winning the second game 3-1. Bailey Falter getting that spot start. Alec Boehm an RBI double. JT Romuto an RBI single. Friscia takes one inside, but it's a called strike, and he's down 0-2. So they'll look to at least split that doubleheader against the New York Mets. Big series against the division rivals. Lehigh Valley trailing Buffalo by 5. They're out on the road in the top of the 8th inning. Friscia, sharp ground ball over to third. Benelis bobbles it, and he can't make the throw, and Friscia safe at first. Could have been a double play. Instead, it results in no outs, and the Fightin' Phils have 2 on for Madison Stokes as Iser gets himself into scoring position here. And now the entire infield is going to come in here.
Madison Stokes.
They've already got somebody warming up in their bullpen down for the Portland Sea Dogs. Madison Stokes already a solo homer today. Will come up with 2 on and nobody out. That is going to go in as an error on the third baseman that allows Friscia to reach. Iser on second. Friscia on first, both the catchers on the rosters out on the base pass. And here's Stokes on the right side against the lefty, Mosqueda. Looks to lay down a bunt. Oh, it's perfect. The pitcher coming in. Looks to make the play at first. Stokes speaks it out. He hesitated. He wanted to go to another base. And that split second allows Madison to run it out. And the bases are loaded here for the Fightin' Phils. A bunt single sends Friscia to second and Iser to third. Watch it back. He put it in the perfect spot between the pitcher's mound and third base. Mosqueda came in. He looked around for another opportunity. He couldn't find one. And when he sent it to first, it was too late. A base hit. A bunt single for Madison Stokes. And they're loaded here as we go back to the top of the order. Here's Johan Rojas. Takes a called strike. He's 0 for 3 today. Looking to do some damage here with the bases loaded and nobody out. And this is exactly what happened to Mosqueda the last time he came out. 0-1, and he chases for strike 2. Iser, Freesia, and Stokes left to right across the diamond. Nobody out, top of the order for the Fightins, who lead 4-2. And a light swing by Rojas. He's down on strikes. There is out number 1 here for Mosqueda. Kevin Vicuña headed up with the bases loaded. Disco Briscoe warming up the crowd here, getting them on their feet and energetic. Reading can break this game wide open here. They have a 2-run lead. Kevin Vicuña up with the bases loaded here and just 1 out. And Vicuña batting .286 with the bases loaded as he sends a pitch back foul. That's pretty solid. He's driven in 9 runs with the bases loaded. Even a sacrifice fly, anything to get at least another run, if possible. Put some distance between you and the Sea Dogs late in the game. The 0-1, taken foul, this time into the plaza, 0-2. Iser, Freesia, Stokes across the diamond. Here's the 0-2, and Vicuña goes down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for the Fightin' Phils. They had the bases loaded and nobody out. They cannot miss out on this opportunity. Here's Wendell Rijo with a chance to do some serious damage. Wendell takes a big hack, fouling it back. 0-1. Iser, Freesia, Stokes got the bases loaded with nobody out. Now there's 2 outs as Rijo takes a called strike outside. He's down 0-2. Mosqueda's got back-to-back Ks with the bases loaded. Reading leads by 2. This is a big moment in this game. Rijo in the batter's box. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball left side, playable for Koss. He gets the force out at second. And Reading has the bases loaded with nobody out. They can't drive a run in as Mosqueda gives up no damage. Reading leads 4-2. They'll take that into the 8th here at America's Classic Ballpark.
White Star Tours and Travel Centers offers the R-Phils fan road trip again this season. It's your chance to hit the road with other R-Phils fans, see an R-Phils road game, meet with an R-Phils player, and see 2 Philadelphia Phillies road games. The White Star R-Phils fan road trip visits Erie and Pittsburgh, Thursday, July 28th through Sunday, July 31st. You see the R-Phils at Erie, meet with an R-Phils player or coach, then head to Pittsburgh for a tour of the city, including the Incline, and a ride on the Yankee Clipper riverboat. You will attend 2 Phillies games versus the Pirates on Friday and Saturday, before traveling home Sunday with a stop at the Flight 93 National Memorial. Visit the customer service booth for more info on the White Star R-Phils fan road trip to Erie and Pittsburgh. Space is very limited. Sign up today.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Andrew Schultz checks into the game out of the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen here, as Matt Seelinger gets just one frame and he does it cleanly. Reading leads 4-2 here. As top of the order comes up here, Schultz will see David Hamilton, Willier Abreu, and Cedon Rafaela try to keep this 2-run lead. Back-to-back strikes to start things off. Gets him 0-2. Reading had the bases loaded, nobody out back in the 7th, and they couldn't get any runs across. Hamilton sends this foul back to the Fightin's dugout. Keep his 0-2 count. The Fightin Phils 7 hits, the Sea Dogs 4. All of the runs today being scored off of home runs. Freesia, Stokes, Wilson, and Rafaela. This is a line drive that's going to drop in right center field. Rojas picks it up. He's going for 2, the tag, and the ball comes out of Madison Stokes' glove. Hamilton pushes a double, and he gets there safely. Willier Abreu takes the first pitch, swinging strike, fouling it back. Hamilton a leadoff double here, 2 hits. Gets himself into scoring position. Reading leads by 2 late in this contest. There's a called strike, and Schultz has him 0-2. This is popped up foul. Going to come into the crowd. Oh, 2 popped up into the stands again. And they're going to have to get some more baseballs. Here's the 0-2, swing and a miss. Schultz picks up a K with a runner on second. He gets out number 1 here in the top of the 8th inning. And here's Cedon Rafaela, solo shot back in the 6th. Of course, that was against Abel. Runner going. Iser bobbles the ball. And Hamilton swipes third, his 54th stolen base of the season, and he gets 90 feet from home. Want to talk about manufacturing runs. He turned a single into a double, and he gets over to third with just 1 out, and that was a ball into Rafaela. Down in the dirt, 2-0. Line drive down into left field. That's going to score a run as it drops alongside De La Cruz. Hustling for 2 is Rafaela, a double plate's David Hamilton, and now Portland is within 1 run of the Fightin' Phils.
Shortstop number 54, Christian Koss.
Here's Christian Koss with the tying run out on second. And that is the first runner that Andrew Schultz has relinquished here in Double-A, which is really impressive. Swinging strike out of Christian Koss. Schultz has had 5 appearances for the Fightin' Phils and no runs issued. Earned runs issued in Double-A as the ball goes in the dirt. That was in 6 innings of work. Ball and a strike here to Koss, the cleanup hitter. Runner on second, 1 out in the top of the 8th. The Reading leads by just 1 now. Gave up a lead late in the game yesterday. Battling hard not to do the same today. One and two, and he gets him swinging. 98 out of Andrew Schultz, up and away. And a big strikeout for out number 2 here in the 8th with the runner in scoring position. Here's Steven Scott. Scott, the DH today, reached on a walk his last time up, otherwise 0 for 2. Outside, ball 1. Righty on lefty matchup here. Portland's got some guys warming in their bullpen, so don't think we'll see Mosqueda for another frame. First, we've got to get there. 4-3 lead by Reading, top 8. This hit to the knees, 1-1. Iser liked that pitch. Gave the point there to his pitcher, Schultz. Runner on second, Cedon Rafaela. He's responsible for 2 RBIs today. Schultz comes home 97, and he got Scott to chase down 1-2. Here's the 1-2, ground ball. Madison Stokes up the middle, makes the play over to first, and that will end the frame. 1 run does score for the Portland Sea Dogs. They trail by 1, but Andrew Schultz strands that tying runner out on second. He sends his team up to bat in the bottom of the 8th. Reading leads 4-3.
K Pool and Spa offers a variety of expert services for both in and above ground pools and hot tubs. They provide the service for Pool Pavilion at the FirstEnergy Stadium and keep it clean and maintained throughout the entire season. Based in Reading, Pennsylvania, they've been family owned and operated for 40 years. Turn to K Pool and Spa for the best value and professional service.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider for the R-Phils. International Fireworks shoots all 33 fireworks shows throughout the R-Phils season, including 6 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the National Anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a retail store in nearby Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R-Phils.
Looking for the place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin' Phils game? Look no further than Capital Blue Cross Funland. Capital Blue Cross Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini golf, ring toss and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next R-Phils game at Capital Blue Cross Funland.
Into the bottom of the 8th inning. Reading leads 4-3. Portland did get a run on the board in the top of the 8th, but Andrew Schultz stranded that tying run out on second. Now Reading looking to put some distance between them and the Sea Dogs as Aldrum Corridor, Jalen Ortiz, and Carlos De La Cruz due up here in this frame. And Brendan Nail coming out of the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. Stick with another lefty here as he sends the ball to Corridor, and then Aldrum fouls the next pitch back, evening the count. Good catch made by a fan in the stands. Go home with the best souvenir in all of sports. We saw Nail back on Thursday, 1 inning of work, struck out 2 batters on 11 pitches, so pretty dominant. Corridor, 2-hopper deep in the hole at short. Koss across the diamond, there is out number 1.
Right fielder number 13, Jalen Ortiz.
Mosqueda finishes 1 inning of work, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Somehow loaded the bases and stranded everybody there. No damage done. That was impressive. So with 1 away, here is Jalen Ortiz. Jalen takes this out to left field. Back. Is it foul? Oh, it just ropes right in front of the foul pole. It had the distance. Just got to move that over to the right a little bit. Down 0-2. Ortiz takes the ball to stay alive. 1 out here. Bottom of the 8th inning, Reading with a 1-run lead. Jalen bumps it back foul. He'll stay alive. Reading's got somebody warming in their bullpen, so change of pitcher in for the top of the 9th perhaps. Ortiz holds up on a ball outside, 2-2. Philadelphia still leads 3-1. They're in the top of the 5th inning in the second game of the Twin Bill today. Dropped the first one to the Mets, looking to at least split that doubleheader. Here's a 2-2 from Nail. Jalen stays alive, fouling it back. Lehigh Valley trails by 9. They're in the top of the 9th on the road out in Buffalo. Jersey Shore scoreless in the bottom of the 7th, home at Shoretown Ballpark. That's quite a pitcher's duel. Both teams only have 2 hits on either side. Josh Hendrickson making a rehab appearance there as Ortiz tied up on the inside, goes down swinging, and there is out number 2. After quite a lengthy at-bat, 7 pitches. And here is Carlos De La Cruz with 2 away. One 1-0 here to De La Cruz. Now he takes a swinging strike, up and away, 1-1. The Fightin' Phils put up 4 runs in the bottom of the 2nd, back-to-back home runs by Freesia and Stokes. And ever since then, Portland's been chipping away at the lead. 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 6th, and 1 in the top of the 8th. De La Cruz takes a swinging strike. Holds off on one inside, 2-2. Crowd is mad that the catcher even checked that swing. He didn't come anywhere near to going around. And there's strike 3 inside. Back-to-back Ks by Brendan Nail, and he sits down the Fightin' Phils in order. Reading leads 4-3 onto the top of the ninth. We go a save situation for the bullpen. Reading, the home team, hopefully won't need the bottom half of the ninth, leading by 1. Here we go.
Hey, psst. Yeah, you want to buy some low-priced groceries? Just follow me into this well-lit Lidl grocery store. Here at Lidl, we buy in bulk and cut down on costs wherever possible. Then we pass the savings on to you. Trust me, everything's done totally legit and above board. Nothing to be worried about. Yep, Lidl's pretty great. It's just your run-of-the-mill grocery store, except with way lower prices. Lidl. Suspiciously low-priced groceries.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage Auto Group Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with eXp Realty Associate Broker Alex Patansis throughout the 2022 season. Visit Alex's convenient website at brgpa.com and search for your perfect home today. His custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and he's there to answer all your questions. Call Alex today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Associate Broker Alex Patansis is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 11 Savage Auto Group Fiesta Friday games during the 2022 season. eXp Realty Group and Alex Patansis, where every move matters. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local, national, and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals, including 7-time Emmy Award-winning show Schitt's Creek and Unsolved Mysteries. Visit our website at highlinemerchandising.com.
Billy Sullivan enters the game out of the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen, looking to hold on to a 4-3 lead that the Fightin' Phils have had since the bottom of the second, when they plated 4 runs on back-to-back homers by Freesia and Stokes. And since then, Portland's been chipping away, and the bullpen trying to hang on for dear life here late in the game. Top of the 9th inning, they lead by 1. Sullivan will see Nico Cavadas, Alex Pinellas, and Izzy Wilson in a save situation. Billy's looked solid lately, dropping his ERA down to 3.59. He's had 2 innings in this series. 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts on 34 pitches, so clean here against the Sea Dogs as he sends a first pitch ball outside, and 1 below the knees, 2-0. Schultz finishes 1 inning of work, 2 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 2 strikeouts on 20 pitches. Iser frames one on the outside corner, but he doesn't get the call. 3-0. Everybody that comes up to their plate represents the tying run. Reading blew a lead in the top of the 9th yesterday, really trying not to do that in back-to-back games. Now he hits the strike zone. 94 out of Sullivan. 3-1.
Great work by Iser back behind the plate, framing pretty much everything that's close, and he's really helping his pitcher out, calling a great game.
3-1, inside corner, count full. Billy stays tough in this at-bat, and he works himself back into a full count. Here's the payoff pitch, ball 4 inside, and he's going to walk a runner down to first. With nobody out, they'll have the tying run on in Nico Cavadas. Here is Alex Pinellas. Sullivan has been scoreless in 26 of 39 outings this season, and they're going to have a pinch runner here as Cam Cannon comes in for Nico Cavadas to pinch run, representing the tying running out on first. They're going to try to break up the double play here immediately as Alex Spinellis comes up 0 for 3 here today. Do have a couple guys out of the bench that they can use, and they have been really using the bench often.
Saw them use it early yesterday after they made substitutions before they even took the playing field, and just a little shifting around of the players already on the field for them.
Cannon takes the lead off first. Nobody out here for Sullivan. Looking to lay down the bunt is Spinellis. He'll take a called strike, 1-1. Billy fires over to first. Diving back safely is Cannon. Three stolen bases in 4 attempts this season for the pinch runner. Takes a good lead off of first. The righty comes home with the 1-1. In for a called strike. Billy looking for just out number 1 here. Settle into this frame. Here's the 1-2. Cuts on and goes around. Alex Spinellis out swinging, and there is out number 1 as Billy gets an emphatic cheer from the crowd. Cannon stays put on first. Here is Izzy Wilson, who's responsible for one of the runs, a solo shot in the 3rd. Reading, of course, the home team will have the bottom of the 9th if they need it, really trying not to. Big swinging strike as Billy brings it up to 96. Fly ball deep to center field. Rojas coming over in front of the warning track. He'll make the catch. And there is out number 2 for Billy Sullivan. And here is the number 9 hitter, Eli Marrero. And they are going to have him bat.
Marrero's already been 0 for 3 today. Had a fly out to center field in the 3rd inning. Grounded out to second base in the 5th. He'll look to keep this game alive here as the Sea Dogs down to their final out in the top of the 9th inning. Our Phils lead 4-3 here. 7 hits to Portland's 6. Sullivan delivers a first pitch ball to Marrero. Nico Cavadas led off the inning with a walk. He was replaced by pinch runner Cam Cannon following that walk. So he is the runner out on first base. 2-0. The count to Marrero here. 2 outs. Our Phils looking to close out this game and regain their lead in this series. It's already tied 2 games apiece. A big swing and a miss from Eli Marrero. That is strike number 1 in this count. 2-1 with 2 outs. Sea Dogs made 2 errors in this game. The R Phils just 1. So really neck and neck here as of late in this contest. Sullivan comes set it, glove at the chest. Big leg kick, and he'll fire just outside. 3-1 here, in danger of issuing his 2nd free pass of this inning. Looks over. Gets a sign from Herbert Iser back behind the plate. Marrero ready. Lefty batter's box. Here comes the pitch. This one is sent foul. Back behind the 67 club. The count is now full here. Payoff pitch upcoming. Sea Dogs down to their final strike here in Baseball Town. The R Phils leading 4-3. Fans getting up out of their seats cheering on their hometown team. Infield, outfield, back deep here for the payoff pitch. As Sullivan looks over, Cannon take a lead off of first base. Corridor not holding him on at first base. Here comes the pitch, and it's outside, ball 4. Cannon was already taking off for second, but he'll get there anyway as the second walk of this inning puts runners on first and second with 2 outs and a fresh count coming up to David Hamilton. We go back to the top of the order here. And Billy Sullivan trying to pick up the save here as the R-Phils are up by just 1 run here. Top of the 9th inning. Of course, they'll have the bottom half should they need it, but just trying to get out of this frame unscathed to end the game. First pitch coming, swing and a miss by Hamilton. That is strike 1. Hamilton 2 for 4 today. Flew out the first inning. Followed it up with a single in the 3rd and a strikeout in the 5th. Sullivan comes set. Runners take their leads off of first and second. Here comes the pitch. This one is bumped back behind the plate into the netting. We'll get a fresh ball here. Once again, Sea Dogs down to their final out. The tying run is on second. Go-ahead run on first for the Sea Dogs. Fans out of their seats once again, hoping that the R-Phils can end this game right here. Sullivan leans over, gets the sign from Iser. Runners take their leads off of first and second. That payoff pitch, it's down in the dirt. 1 and 2. Here we go again. 1 and 2 the count to David Hamilton, top of the lineup for the Sea Dogs. Pitch coming upstairs again. Count evens at 2 and 2. The R-Phils scored 4 runs in the second inning, and that is the only thing they have to show for their offense so far. Held scoreless over the next few innings. Trying to end it right here. Sullivan comes set, looks back at second. Look back at the plate. Here comes a pitch, swing and a miss. Game over, and Billy Sullivan gets a strikeout to end the game here. The R-Phils take Saturday night. 4-3 victory for the R-Phils. They scored 4 runs on back-to-back solo shots from Vito Freesia and Madison Stokes back in the second inning. Those are the only runs that they scored, and that would be enough to end in victory here. Mick Abel making his AA debut in a quality start. Went the first 6 innings, gave up just 2 runs, both on solo shots. 4 hits, 1 walk, and he struck out 8. Certainly a quality showing from the 21-year-old in his first AA game of his young career. Certainly a game to remember for him here in Baseball Town. The R-Phils taking a 3-2 series lead over the Portland Sea Dogs. That's going to do it for our broadcast today. For Emily Messina, I'm Alexis Yoder. We hope you'll join us tomorrow night as the R-Phils and the Portland Sea Dogs will be back here in Baseball Town tomorrow at 5:15 to close out this series. Thanks so much for joining us, and have a good night.